Begin takeoff procedure. Roger.
My name's Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast. In this round, I'm joined by my co-host, Nate Moore.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back.
All right, so let's go
We
ahead.
we finally get to official Gold Squadron people. Well, we had Marcel. Oh, was he here today yet?
No,
or-
no, he was playing.
Okay. Oh, he's playing. That's
he,
right.
he just lost his last game.
Oh, yeah, like at the buzzer. I saw the last bit of that.
So let's go ahead and break down these lists. Nate, what's Zach playing here?
Well, Zack is actually playing. Do we call this the Higwood, or was he the original creator of this one, or?
It's teched a little differently.
Yeah. Essentially, it's the
very similar to the Hagwood, though.
Yeah, this is the Miranda Doney with twin laser, bomblet, long range. Ezra has do we switch that? Oh, okay. Ezra has selflessness, gunner, and R3E2. I was about to say, wait, selflessness? Is that on the
it's
right
selflessness,
ship?
yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's changing things up. Lowerk has expertise, inspiring recruit, and tactician. Now, the difference with this one, obviously, is that Ezra is there to stress you and lock you down. And Will Haywood's version of this, he had, what was it, C-3PO on Miranda, and he had the selflessness on the Lowerk. Is that?
So I want a quick thank you to Sinjo Outrider for becoming a Twitch Prime subscriber. Thank you so much
thank you,
for
man.
helping us out.
We appreciate it.
But yeah, it's definitely teched out a little bit different. The
Yeah.
differences are that Zack doesn't have a missile on his Miranda.
He does not.
There's no snapshot on Ezra.
There's
There's no
not.
Hera on Ezra. But so he's changing out. He switched out the gunner, selflessness, and the missile. Those are the things that got swapped around. And Lorik gets expertise, so a little bit more damage there.
Exactly. So I mean, it spreads out the damage a little bit more, I think, because one, yes, Miranda is not doing that big 5-power shot at you with her harpoon, but then now like Lorik has this ability to kind of throw out like more damage at you, which Zack is pretty consistent about doing with it. The Ezra part is kind of interesting because because you really don't need the snapshot with Ezra. I feel if you had the gunner R3A2, I played this before and I felt like if you just get 1 or 2 rounds with Ezra working, you can shut down an ace for a long time.
Absolutely. And Eric Zhang here is bringing what has become the next iteration of this Lothal plus Fen Rao
Yes.
list.
Yeah,
We
this
have
is the
R3.
evolution.
We have R3A2 on Fen Rao instead of R2 Astromech or Flight Assist Astromech. So we're all right. We're starting the timers. Alrighty.
All right, how's it going down? So what's different about Eric Zhang's version than most people? I mean, yes, now we have
It's
the
just the R3.
R3A2.
That is the only thing.
What did he have to drop to get that then?
Nothing.
Like a bid or
nothing. So you just drop. It was at 99 already. It's just at 100 now.
Okay.
It was at 99.
Were
and
people before were using what? Like a.
it's a one point Astromech, R2 Astromech, or Flight Assist.
Yes,
those are
and
both
then
1 point.
and a 1 point bid, right?
Yep.
Okay, so then this is yeah, you don't get that thing, but I mean,
So
don't people typically? You play this more than me. So.
yeah. So the difference, the big difference here is if Zack can guess, it really is guessing.
Game.
If he can guess where Fen Rao's arc is not going to be to avoid the stress mechanics, unlike Lorik, he can use that to his advantage. He doesn't want to be in Fen Rao's arc if he can avoid it. And also, he does have Ezra that can shut down Fen Rao's ability
Yes.
permanently. Because even though Fen would stress himself with R3A2, if you can get triple stress on him, now Fen's only job is to do stressing. And before I forget here, thank you, Hoot1111, for subscribing to Twitch Prime. You are awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so it looks like Eric is looking to possibly do a kiting game, but honestly, he's in a position here where he can choose to either kite or he can just turn in with a primary.
He could. He can also turn left here because he has the mustache rock in front of him.
Yep.
I don't know. He could go forward, but like if he does that, that's going to put him too close to all 3 of those guns, which I don't think is what he wants to do. I'm thinking that he might do a casual 1, maybe a hard 2, and maybe try to run up the other side of the rocks. I don't know, because that would pigeonhole him and take him a couple rounds to get all the way back around.
Yeah, so
But he might be able to like keep Ezra kind of in the back arc and then try to do what he can.
it's interesting to see Zack how he put his ships. They're not in like a pinwheel
formation, yeah.
a pinwheel formation or anything. They're spread. So I think what we're gonna see here is he's gonna keep a line of ships. That way, even with the boost, the Ghost might not be able to boost out of arc, or not out of all of their arcs at least.
Yeah, because I think. Well, here's the great thing about it is like if you kind of use that formation and everything, Lower's arc is the easiest to keep in. Ezra's, because he's on the end there, he just has to move a little bit to turn you in. Miranda doesn't need an arc,
Right.
and especially in Zack's because he doesn't have that missile.
Exactly. So, I mean, you're probably going to see a 3-bank from Miranda, a 2-bank from
Yeah,
Lorik, and a
3-2-1.
3-2-1 formation here.
Or he might just do like a 1-1 and then have Miranda do a hard 2, which I've seen him do before as well, and that's legitimate. Now this is going to be the range game of like, can I line up shots? Can I hit you? Can you hit me? Kind of thing. One other thing I wanted to ask about is like, if like you have a Lothal versus a Lothal matchup and everything, is initiative the hardest part because people are boosting, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
But, but then that person, I mean, it's a weird train of things. All right, but here is the 3-bank from Lorik. So
Okay.
bringing him just a little bit forward, reinforcing the front.
And here's Miranda. She may or may not be at range 3 either.
That's gonna be out of range.
That's range. Okay,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to see on this one.
I know you have it. You're
I
not
know,
you're
I know.
not used to it. I've been doing this a long time.
Okay. What? How many years have you been doing this, Kevin?
It's funny. I do look at my log of matches and all the things I've commentated. I'm like, wow, I've sat behind the screen a lot.
I know.
All right,
Well,
so
at least you're good at it, and you look good doing it. So.
yeah, I have a face for announcing. You
Yeah,
can't-
exactly.
Can't see me. All right, so Fenrau in a position to make that arc matter the following turn if need be.
Yeah, so that way you can shut someone down. Who do you think Fenrau would want to shut down first in this?
I mean,
My guess
the
is
the expertise on Lorik
Lorik.
makes it so that he can't unless he does R3A2, right?
exactly. So, what if like
You do have the chat here, just so you know.
okay, one thing I would see that I think would be good is that if Fenrau used R3A2 on Lorik, that way it would stress him out. He wouldn't be able to use the expertise, and that would be essentially like shutting him down in
Yep.
that regard.
One thing that Zack's gonna want to do is if he can double stress the ghost and avoid the stress. I mean, avoid the PS11 boost because if the ghost is stressed, he can't.
Exactly.
So Ezra's
So-
gonna be hoping that he's in arc here.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to roll nothing. He wants to roll blanks.
One hit.
Here goes
This
one. It doesn't look like he activated R3A2, but that's
No.
going to be reinforce the front. It does not hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that might be the only shots that they had. But yeah, shouldn't Lorik have a shot on the ghost too?
They might be just out. I think they're about to measure that. Looks like they.
Okay.
Okay, he's
so it
looking
looks
to
like
see if he can
everything
get
might
Miranda.
be in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was Hotshot Copilot. That's why he
That's
removed
what
the
it was.
focus. I was kind of confused. All right, here's TLTs.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be. Well, he does have an evade token, so he's going to spend it to guarantee a shield.
Okay.
All right, second shot. One crit.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Is he not doing the maul then, or?
This is from Zack.
Oh, this is from Zack.
Zack. So he spends the evade token, no damage. Here's Lorik at range 3.
Mm-hmm.
Expertise is live.
So he's got
Two hits. And he does get a
Rolling.
dice. And here we go.
Nothing.
Nope. So he's going to be taking 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
And
then
here's Ezra. Yep.
Here's the interesting part now.
He wants to miss. He's stressed.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to miss.
Perfect.
He loves that.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
why-
yes. This right here can flip the game.
Yes.
This right here.
Yes.
And
so
of
then
course,
hit
this,
crit. Ouch. So that's gonna hurt.
he sensor jammers that.
Okay, so it's just the one crit. So he could avoid this, but doesn't. Okay. So that was what 4 shields off in the first opening volley, off the ghost. Why did he attack Ezra first? What was the point of like having the focus there? Because like
No, he attacked Lorik.
oh, he attacked Lorik. Oh, okay.
He attacked Lorik.
So I'm guessing the Q's trying to shut him down.
All right, so it looks like TLT's into Lorik. Even though it's 1 agility, reinforce is actually really good against TLTs, especially
It
if you're getting
is.
two hits at a time.
So is he gonna do the maul? Is the question.
Yeah, with 1 hit, that's kind of tough. He's gonna.
Yeah. So he
He's
just
got
did one,
reinforce, no damage. Oh,
Ugh,
okay.
Bad round. Reinforced. End of round.
all right. So he is stressed, so that's gonna
Mhm.
automatically maul. Oh, he can't maul because he's double stressed
He's
right
double
now.
stressed right now. But he can still use the Ezra ability.
Yep. And reinforce.
Oh man! So out of that whole volley, he only did one
He
damage.
only did 1 damage. He's gonna lose 1 stress,
Yes.
so he'll be able to boost next turn
Exactly.
because he did hit. So
Mhm.
we're gonna go ahead and reduce Lorik's shield count by 1.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Zack only took 1 damage in that whole volley is
That was
actually it's a big
very
deal.
good. Very good.
It's a good trade.
Exactly.
One thing aesthetically, I do like that Eric Zhang did. He dirtied up his VCX so it matches the color of his Sheathapede a little bit better. I don't know if you notice how they're a little more matchy
so it's a
matchy.
little bit like darker.
Yep.
So like I was talking to another player who's talked about like he loves kind of using those kind of colors, especially on the scum ships, because it makes them look a little bit rougher around their edges, which is kind of like the nature of the
Right.
scum ships.
All
So,
right.
where do you think Fenrau is going to be right now?
Fenround next turn. Well, the Lothal is going to want to try to get. What Eric wants to do is not have shots with all three
Of course.
shooting him.
That's why I thought that this wouldn't be a good position. I thought he would like boost them out or
I
something.
did. I thought he was going to
Yeah,
boost too. I
because
was surprised.
I think he probably thought that like Miranda wasn't in range, and it turned out she was, because a boost would have put Miranda of range, but then the Lothal wouldn't be able to get that one evade, right?
Yep. And with Ezra stressed, he does have his ability. If you're not familiar with it, is on when defending, he can change all eyeballs
Balls
to
to-
evades.
Which is sickening, and he makes Ezra actually
It's
really
very tanky.
very tanky. It's such like you think that because it's 5 health that you're gonna have an easy time popping it out, but it ends up being very, very versatile.
Yeah. One thing you can't see if you're just joining us. If you're just joining us, there is a rock underneath the like on the upper left-hand side
The
of
northern
the
part.
Yeah, it's the mustache,
The
as we call
mustache
it.
rock. What's funny is that when I was actually flying against 2 ghosts once in a regional, the 2 were so tall. I did a 3 sloop with one of the YG 2000s,
Right.
and landed on the mustache because I couldn't see it.
Yep.
Because it was there, and I landed smack dab on top of it, right in the middle. It was perfect.
So we're waiting here for. It looks like the ghost dial. I do agree. Zarek is kind of in a pickle here. We'll see how. I think he has to go fast. He tries to try to avoid getting shots from all 3, but having that
But that-
stress is going to help him. It's going to hurt him in his maneuver options.
Well, like, what could he do? Do the ghosts have a 3 straight that's green? I don't think.
We can go ahead and look that up right here. The ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure somebody has already typed it in the chat, but
Oh, yeah.
let's see. 1 straight, 2 straight, 2 banks.
Yeah. So, someone's commenting that reinforces are ridiculous too. I think it's fair.
It's very strong.
Yeah, it's
very
strong.
It's a strong ability.
But it's not infallible. It's just kind of like a perma evade, and there's ways to get around it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you did like what, 4 the walking carpets where you had the 4 of them with all.
That's a tough
reinforced-
list to beat.
It's a tough list, but I mean you have to grind through it.
All right, so looks like Eric is reconsidering his Sheathapede move here.
Mm-hmm. Because he doesn't want to leave, like, he can bail out, but he doesn't want to leave Fenrir to take what he's left for him,
Oh, for sure. Like if the ghost just bails,
Yeah.
then they're like, all
they're in a
right, just gonna go
bad
forward
position.
1 with all these guys and just tear into Fenrir.
Yeah. Does Eric have the initiative? Or does Zack have? Because at 5s, that kind of matters. So it looks like Eric has the initiative, so that means that he'd be moving first. It'd be another thing if he moves second, because then he'd be able to kind of move, then full up, so things like that.
All right, so we're just we're waiting on the dial. This is an important turn here.
Mm-hmm.
This is that fork in the road that's going to determine the initial momentum of the
Because
game.
I think, Zack's in a very good position here.
So it looks like it's a green move.
Mm-hmm.
2 bank to the right.
Maybe he's going to try to boost out, but it'd be...
He might try to boost in.
He might try to boost in, possibly. Nope, he took the evade.
Well, I mean, he would if he's going to boost, he'll boost off of the coordinate.
Ooh, so now...
So
okay, yeah.
Lorik's 180 arc is in play no matter where this ghost goes next
Yes.
turn. 1 forward.
With Ezra, so he could get out of that.
He could get
arc.
out of that one, yes.
So doing a boost 1 or something towards them, I think it would probably be more beneficial just to a normal 1 boost, because that way it sets him up for either going north or south on his next move.
It doesn't make him as predictable.
Exactly.
So Miranda banking in. Her arc doesn't, like we said earlier.
Ooh, so Fenrau is coming around to like try to like stop
Okay.
Miranda. Okay, that's actually an interesting move, because now he's out of 2 arcs.
I'll be honest. This is the
Yeah.
first time I've
Ooh.
ever seen a ghost Fen player purposely separate these two. It looks like he's
Yeah.
going to try to meet in the middle. Eric is a very high level player.
Yes.
He was one of the top players with Kanan Biggs when that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a lot of experience
With
here.
Ghost. Yeah, interesting.
And
So
it looks like he's going to try to lay in some. This is all this damage is going into Miranda this turn. Is what you're telling. What this is telling us right here.
yeah. So this sets up a very, very interesting thing. The only problem is he able to coordinate? Yeah, he should be able to coordinate from, is that range 2 possibly?
He focused.
He focused. Oh, instead. Okay,
All
so
right.
he did
So
2
it looks like
damage.
that's 3 hits. All right. So he's going to be using reinforce.
To save Miranda. Okay.
Yep. So it's going to be 1 shield,
Mm-hmm.
which he'll get back on the regen.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes
Miranda.
Miranda
Rolling
TLTs. She's going to
2.
regen on the first one. That
Yeah.
hits, and she'll get the shield back. So Fenrir essentially did 0 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one, he does have the evade token if he wants to spend it, but it doesn't look like he does.
Mm-hmm.
So shields are, I think he is that 1 shield there with the Lothal.
So that looks like 3 from Lorik.
Okay, it must have had something wrong earlier. Shields are
Okay.
now down on the
Okay.
Lothal. Sensor Jammer doesn't matter against Lorik because he has expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And Ezra's going, is it range 2 or range 1?
So he's taking stress to hand out stress to the ghost, of course. Does 1.
And Jammer does
And
nothing.
Jammer. Nothing on the second shot, but that's the point of that one, was not to do damage, but just to know
Yep.
where you're going.
So the Ghost is double stress. He'll have an opportunity with Maul Crew to get some of that stress off.
Of course. So he's checking range to Ezra. Ezra's definitely not in his front arc, but now he could use this moment to, because looks like Lorik and looks like Ezra are within range 1, so it looks like who's he attacking.
Let's see, we can take a listen in.
Mm-hmm. So it looks
So
like
these are at Miranda.
So he's just Zack's lost 3 shields now, and that looks like a 4th shield.
All
Wow,
right,
that was
shields
a bad
are
volley
all gone.
off of Miranda. So now we're at now is that the Lothal Rebel has 0 shields. Miranda has 0 shields. So Miranda can stand like another 4 volley.
Yeah, it's risky here.
Mhm.
I think they mentioned they're not flipping the dice for Sensor Jammer because she did 1. That's why we were
Yes.
off by 2 earlier.
Because
they're
we forgot
they're
that.
just calling it
Mhm.
rather than showing it.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and adjust our dice cam a little bit because it looks like it's got shimmied a bit.
Shimmy, shimmy, quarter turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that should do it. All right.
Because this is on stream. A lot of things are on stream. You can
Said they didn't
Yeah.
they didn't show the jammer because it's on stream.
I don't know.
It's fine. I like to tell people to play like how they normally play
Yeah.
on stream. You know, try to show at least roll in the box minimum.
If you can. Sometimes you're just so into the game, you're like, all my concentration is towards this. If I have to remember to do other things, I'm going to lose a trigger. Which, we're all human, unless you're one of those lizard people. Then I am also looking for a new god to worship.
All right, so Miranda's going to be dropping a bomblet here to try to get Ezra. I mean, not Ezra, excuse me, to get Fenrau. I don't know where Fenrau can go to avoid that bomb except for hard 2 to the left.
Is he able to use his ability out of the back arc?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he can do that. It just puts them in a weird position that Fenrir is kind of out of it then. He could do, because he doesn't have flight assist and everything, Bank 3 will put him in there. Everything else will put him, or he could just basically take it. At this point, it might not be a bad deal, and he might risk the idea of just saying, hey, I don't want to completely keep you out of the battle. But then he's taking, at minimum, 1. At most, he'd be taking about 3. Just from the bomb with a bomblet where he has Sabine, so he could either take 1 or at worst 3, like I said.
Yep. So we're just waiting here for Fen now. Fen is definitely in kind of an awkward spot. Miranda is actually also in an awkward spot because she's stressed. She has limited dial. When she says she has the 1 forward, 2 forward, 1 banks, I believe,
Yeah.
are the only green maneuvers.
I think a 1 bank would be fine. I mean, unless you really want to do a 2 and then
Well, I mean, I say that she's in a bad spot
Yeah.
because without she won't die this turn,
no,
but she can get real close.
she can. So where could Miranda be next round? If she does like something to the left, that would kind of maybe take her further away from the ghost, and then maybe she can do something to Fenrir, or she can try to keep the heat up on the ghost. So the ghost is kind of a timed match. You only have so many rounds before things go south.
All right, so here we go.
Okay.
The ghost is
Oh,
turning in.
Interesting. Oh, because this way he can avoid a lot of shots being taken at him this round.
He could. The question is whether or not if Miranda did something like the 2 forward, she'll be at range 1 in the side arc.
Yes.
Um,
Does she have a target lock on the ghost, or
she does not.
did he just call for who?
he
Did he call for Nathan? Or
said
who?
he yelled for Nathan.
Which Nathan?
Nathan, no, it would be
Nathan
Idy.
Idy.
I love that swagalicious hair that Eric has.
Oh yeah.
He rocks it.
Eric also has like another voice just for radio as well. He's got that really like a smooth, rich voice.
Awesome. Yeah, mine's not active today.
Not so smooth today.
I wonder why.
I know. Maybe you should stop smoking Marlboro cigarettes. If you didn't know this about Dio Morales, he smokes 30 cigarettes in an hour.
I don't smoke at all. I would die. I have asthma. Alrighty. So he's gonna stay stressed here
Okay.
because that was a 2 hard turn.
If Lorik does a 1, oh okay, so Lorik actually crashes in. This was a good move because
Does he crash? I don't know. Ooh,
yeah, it definitely crashes.
the 1 bank.
Ooh, so
Yeah,
this was
it
a great
catches.
move by him because now he's eliminating all these possible shots that were taken on him. Oh, this is gonna be a little interesting too, though.
So Ezra will have the back arc active.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we're just gonna see Miranda do a 1 forward. But if Eric called this,
Yeah.
Fenrir might be just doing a 2 bank to the left
Mm-hmm.
and then coordinate the ghost out of
oh,
range
that'd
1.
be great then if that could work.
Coordinated the reinforced to Miranda, just dropping the bomblet.
Uh-huh. So Zack is now calling out to all of his gods, including Paul Heaver,
Correct.
Duncan Howard, and Nathan Idy.
All right, so he's in range 1, out of arc. But again, if Eric calls it with a 2 bank here, we'll see.
Paul Heaver is the god of awkward looks.
All right, so looks like we're waiting for an action on Miranda. Oh, she target locked. She target locked.
Oh, so
Oh.
going right onto the bomb.
Okay, so that's a 2 bank. That's gonna clear his stress, but
Well, at
he
this-
has no repositioning, so he's gonna take the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He will be able to stress Miranda again,
Yes.
and Lorik, Ezra's gonna get pounded by the ghost here.
Well, is the better decision to stress Miranda or to like lock her down because she does have a target lock and
The target lock's on Fen though.
oh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Then yeah. It might be just be the better bet to try to lock down Miranda, or you can stress either one of them out.
Oh, I guess Miranda focused.
Okay, Miranda focused.
So
All right, so now it's gonna be combat phase.
all right, we're waiting on Fen's action, I believe. Looking at his options.
The sun god Pop's Trad is now shining down on us.
So he's doing a coordinate. It looks like it's in range, so we're probably
Okay.
gonna get that boost.
Oh, beautiful. Now, if he does a 1 forward, obviously that'd put him on the bomb. He could do a boost to the
Boost to the left.
Yeah, if we look on his left, or no, yeah,
Yeah,
his
well,
left.
yeah. So we gotta talk in
Yeah.
ship direction here.
Or we can also think of his southeast.
I am that Dave. It does say on the bottom left-hand corner, top four. We're in the top four match.
But or is he asking specifically how many rounds into this match are we?
No,
No. All right.
maybe I don't know.
Maybe we've gone about maybe 5 rounds in. There's
All
about
right, so
50
here's the
minutes.
boost. Does it fit? No, there's the debris there, and it does.
Oh.
Miranda is in that back arc.
Oh man, Miranda also doesn't have any shields at this moment, so this is gonna be a rough round.
Yep. Fenn's gonna shoot first.
Let's see how this goes. So, oh, there goes the bomb first. Lothal's out of the bomb range.
Yep. So just gotta roll for Fenn. And so it looks like no 1 damage.
Plus, probably a Sabine as well.
I think it was just Sabine.
It was just Sabine.
Yeah,
okay,
I
'cause
thought I
there's
saw
no
two
roll.
blanks. Yep.
Okay, so that's a decent thing for Eric to be at. For what he was able to get the ghost out of and what kind of position.
You know, the ghost was not stressed anymore because the maul.
No, the mall took it out.
All right, so we're waiting on attacks here. All right, so this is
Oh, that's 2 hits.
2 hits in eyeball. He gonna spend the focus and the
To,
reinforce
avoid
to
it.
avoid all the damage.
Now, did he stress out Miranda with that shot? Yeah, it looks like
He
he
did.
took a stress to give her a stress.
So he's regenerating a shield.
Nothing.
Looks like he's going at Fenn right now.
Yeah.
Second shot. He's gonna spend that target lock
He's got
for
2.
2. And that's gonna hit. So it's 1 damage card into Fenn Rao.
Miranda now has. Did she regain a shield there, or?
She did.
Okay.
It's range 2 into the ghost. Looking to deal some stress and do some damage. It's a crit. And that will be an actual crit.
Yeah, what
Let's
crit do we
see.
got?
We have no idea. We'll never know. Don't ask them, but go check.
Yeah, BRB.
Yep. And here is Lorik. Jammer. So 3 more hits into the ghost.
So he's got a stun pilot.
Stun pilot. So that's bump and take damage, right?
I think so.
So we'll go ahead and put that on the ghost there. Stunned pilot, and we're going to reduce it by 4. Lothal sitting at 6 hull.
Ouch. This has not been a good round for the Lothal. Was it still Delore just do some damage to it?
Yeah, he did 3 hits.
Man. So that expertise has really come in handy, hasn't it?
It has. All right, so this is range 1 to Miranda. Are we going to get that 4 dice shot?
Ooh, looks like 5
Sorry,
dice.
5 dice is what I meant.
Oh, man.
He's stressed, so it's maul. That's a hit and 2 crits into Miranda. Throws the evade. So it's going to be a shield and a crit. That could have been a lot worse.
It really could have been.
For Miranda. We have to find out what that crit is going to be.
Oh, he threw it down for a second.
Oh, he took... sorry, it's actually just going to be a shield.
Oh, did he use...
Because he used selflessness to get that other hit.
Ah.
Beautiful. Great play there by Zack Mathews. Using that tech that he had available, keeping all his ships in range 1. And the crit is Shaken Pilot, those of you who were wondering. All right, so Lorik is going to take one shield there
Mm-hmm.
on the end of round TLT. So looking at the current state of where everything is here, I would guess that I mean Miranda only taking a single damage in that turn is really really advantageous to Zack. There was a hit in there, so there was a hit for one. He evaded one with the dice, and then selflessness as well. So selflessness took the hit. The crit would be the evade and then a shield. So he's down, just lost a shield. So selflessness, evade, die, shield is what it was.
So Ezra actually doesn't have any shield, so we can actually reduce that.
Say that again.
Ezra actually is out of shields.
Out of shields. Did we miss that?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay. All right. So we're just we're waiting here on.
Oh, so we were wrong. It was canceled by the evade result.
What?
Does earlier. It's not a big deal. So now that Ghost has stun pilot. Now that Ghost has stun pilot, right now, so he's locked down. He can't take the risk of landing on anything. He has plenty of room in front of him. He can turn to the left, which kind of makes him very predictable, or he could try to turn to the right, which puts him very close to the edge. But he could obviously boost out of that as well, and that brings him and Fenrao kind of back together once more. So Fenrao could probably do a hard two, but then on this round, unfortunately, he will not be able to help the Lothal either with locking someone down or by providing that extra action or assistance. It'd be easy for Lorik to basically just turn in. Miranda could turn in as well. The Ezra has a lot of different options. It can either go towards hard two to try to go towards the Fenrao, but leaving it kind of exposed, or it could go forward one or do a couple different other maneuvers just to kind of get everyone in its rear arc.
All right. So we're waiting for dials here. All right. So here's Fen. Not Fen. This other thing.
So Ghost decided to go one forward.
One forward.
He still has plenty of room.
He's got plenty of room to turn. Not only that, he doesn't have room to boost. He has to hard turn next turn.
Yeah. But
he's keeping the back arc alive if Miranda decides to turn in.
Oh, and here's Lower trying to turn in, which but this would be obstructed shot for the Ghost, I believe. Maybe not. We can't see what that tail there.
Yeah, I got to see what the tail of that debris is. Reinforcing the front, and it looks like Ezra.
He's trying to make sure he can line up a shot like to stress out either Fen, but the Ghost is now totally out of it. It might take Ezra another round or two to kind of get back in it now.
I wonder if Miranda's outside of range, is that a bad thing for Zack? He'll be able to do expertise shots here with Lorik with the reinforced token.
I think Lorik can take the hits and everything. I think it'd be better to concentrate at least 2 TLT shots and the expertise shot
this
on
is
the
close.
Ghost. Ooh. Looks like he's in. I heard them kind of laughing.
Yeah, I heard the looks like it's in.
Yeah, looks like
it's edge of our screen, but it's right on the edge of the mat. You're fine.
So Fen, unfortunately, has no shot on anyone and can't provide any assistance. So then looks like TLT shot at Fen, was it? Or
yeah, that was at Fen. And he did regen on that shot.
And then he has one other shot. Looks like Fen avoided it. Why do you think he shot at Fen rather than the Ghost there?
I don't know, to be completely honest.
I would have like focused on the ghost there because that way, it only has 6 health left. In a perfect world, if you've got all those shots together this round, you might have gotten really, really close to killing it.
Yeah, that might be a misplay. They're checking whether or not it is obstructed. Deciding what is the closest point to closest point.
Perpendicular angles. I feel like we should create our own educational video about what is closest point to closest point by Dion Morales.
Here's Lorik, 2 hits and a crit. Jammer will switch it to an evade, and it'll go back to a hit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh,
nothing
hit,
there.
crits.
Hit, crit. This could be big.
This is really, really bad.
Hit, crit. It looks like it might be a council fire. Not entirely sure.
Let's see if they roll a die. It's on the board.
Shaken pilot, I think.
I can go check.
Yes, please do.
But I guess like Fenrau was measuring to Ezra. Ezra and Fenrau have no shot on each other.
All right, so this was 4 dice into. Not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it has to be Miranda. He's gonna maul 1. So Miranda's taking 3 damage.
It was a shaken pilot. It was a shaken pilot crit that was dealt out. It seems like Lower called out that he was stressing up the ghost.
Yeah, it was a tactician. We have the table mic, and we heard Zack say tactician range 2 is just Zack. Eric never put down the stress token.
Another TLT
Here
shot.
are TLTs. This is Miranda's second damage card.
Oh, 3.
And Miranda sitting at 2 hull there.
Ouch.
Man, I'm really surprised that Zack didn't shoot TLTs at the ghost that turn.
Yeah,
I think
me
that's
too.
a misplay.
I think so too. Man, that is a crazy play. The tasty bomb play. Have you heard that one?
They can't hear that. Only we can hear that. All right. Oh, I did catch us here. Thank you, Slasher229, for becoming a Twitch Prime subscriber. You guys
Thank
are
you very
awesome.
much.
And yes, we do have another game going on at the Dark Side Productions. Thank you, Catherine, for linking that there. The other top 4 game.
Tactician is not a me. Yeah, that's a reminder. It's a must.
Somebody
Even-
said they
even if
want a
you-
tasty kebab. All right, so we're waiting on. We know that. So this is a shaken pilot, you said,
Yes.
right? Let's go ahead and add that to the Lothal.
Yeah, shaken pilot means that you
Can't go straight, right?
Can't go straight.
What?
Not that the ghost would do that
probably not-
anyways.
So yeah, he got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Eric does have a story from when he was at one of the system opens early,
Mm-hmm.
where he had a shaken pilot, and he forgot,
Mm-hmm.
and he was on the board edge, and he did a 1 forward or something like that, and his opponent flew him off the board. He had a flick. He was like in the commanding part of the game, and that's why he lost the game.
Oh man, you forgot that he had it.
Yep.
Wait, didn't that happen to me the other day with you? Like I couldn't
Yep.
do 1 straights and like threw me off the board.
Yep. Like, oh.
It happens.
All right. So Ghost 2 turn
Mm-hmm.
gets rid of the shaken pilot, flips it down at least.
Was the ghost stressed or no?
The Ghost is not stressed. No.
Okay, I thought it was for some reason.
Oh wait, no. Yes, it would. Wait.
Wasn't the ghost stressed?
Well, it lost it because of
Oh,
Maul. We
'cause
keep
of
forgetting
Yeah, it's a
Maul crew. That's what it
gets
is.
rid of stress. So that's why the stress is kind of a thing, but kind of not a thing at the same time.
Well, what it does, it turns off Maul offensively
Yes.
for a turn. So
I agree. It is always tough to focus in these later rounds. These later rounds, there's a lot of stress and a lot of things happening. Mustache Rock. Oh.
he misses the rock. I mean, he's gonna hit it next turn, but whatever.
I think Ezra could take that 1 hit. So here's Miranda swinging around.
Yep.
Possibly
I mean,
in range.
if Miranda, let's say if the ghost lives on like one hole here
Yes.
after Lorik and Miranda shooting, this could be the misplay that Zack made
Okay.
if he didn't TLT Fen. Because if it would have just then if we let's roll back, right?
Yeah.
If he had done at least one damage
To the ghost.
to the ghost,
Then
and
Miranda.
then the end game ends up being Miranda, Ezra, and Lorik against Fenrau, the game's over.
Exactly. But instead, Miranda isn't going to be able to do enough damage with 2 TLTs because, unfortunately, Lower can clean up, but the cleanup would, well, Miranda would take 2 damage. Oh, but she only has 2 left anyways. So, yeah, this is going to be a really, really rough time.
Zsar, he actually did not hit the debris. It's very close. It's right next to it, but it did not hit it.
Remember, next to is not on top of.
Correct.
So remember, like there's those moments and everything where you're like, well, you're touching it from the side. Remember, a side is not.
Right.
Adjacent is not on.
Correct. All right. All right. So we're waiting on shots here.
So the simultaneous fire here could probably take out Miranda. I mean, Lorik does have the ability.
You know, I wonder. You know, I want to go back here. I wonder if it would have been better for Zack to disengage with Miranda this turn, like do a slam away,
Yeah, because
and let Lorik do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, Lorik could have done like some heavy lifting, easily put through probably 3 damage unless he in 2 rounds. Yeah. Because in the next round, Lorik could probably just do a 1 forward and probably just clean up.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been the better move. All right, so
Looks
looks like
hit and a focus.
with an evade.
It's an evade.
Wow.
Reinforce is fine.
Reinforce.
All right. So that TLT hits.
Yep. Goes down to.
Sensor Jammer 1. He's got the evade token.
So there he spent that.
So Lorik needs to do 2 damage here in order to kill the ghost, which will force would force the ejection.
So is this
Wait,
the
what?
that was
What
a
happened?
that was a 2 damage
So-
into the ghost.
But hold on. I guess maybe he did clip the debris. We just can't see the stress token because it's behind the model. I'm really confused.
No, because he has the reinforce, so he didn't clip it or anything.
But
The ghost got stressed because of tactician.
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because if Lorik's not stressed, then he has expertise, and that would have been 3 hits.
That was 2 hits. I think they're just doing the end the simultaneous fire.
It's PS3.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, Fen stressed Lorik.
Oh,
That's what it was. Got
there
it.
you
Got
go.
it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
And around TLTs into Miranda, that's 1. 2, she takes 1.
And Miranda is out of here.
Good night, Miranda.
So Eric pulls ahead here with 40 points. R3A2 really doing the work there for Lorik. I wonder, like, I understand what Zack was trying to do with pulling Ezra out and coming around, but he took a really long route
Yeah, he
to
did.
get there.
He was
I
trying
wonder
to-
if that's gonna hurt him.
That one being trying to get him out of it and everything, but getting something on Fenrau really hurt him because he was at range 3 and wasn't able to keep Fenrau down there. And that was a really good play by Eric Zhang because essentially stressing out Lorik there really saved the game.
Turns off expertise. That's the reason
the
why
reason
they've
why.
come up with that tech on this build, which makes it just even better, right?
Yeah,
Everybody thought like,
exactly.
well, okay, the expertise is the answer with Sensor Jammer. Like, wait a second, we can just turn that off, can't we?
Yeah.
R3A2.
And then all they lose is a bid and, the ability for Fenrau to reposition a little bit.
All right, so we're waiting for dials here.
Now, if I was Lorik, I'd go about 1 forward because then, no matter what, you're in my arc. And I don't think would a hard 2 crash them.
No, that looks like that's what he's going for. Hard 2. Position that front arc. And Lorik's 1 bank to clear that stress will bump that ship, I believe. Oh, but he does have the boost open, so he might just boost.
He could.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, there
Now
it
the
is.
one bank definitely bumps.
Ships got bumped a little bit. That's gonna matter a little bit.
Now one, unless he one bank to the right, it's not gonna matter.
Well, if he
'cause
one
he's
bangs to the right, I don't think he
he's
would've.
bumping no matter what.
Yeah.
So here comes
Ezra.
Ezra.
Ezra, unfortunately, not a huge damage dealer. Could possibly put some damage through on this. They rolled for the debris, but
He did one
he
bank
did
the
do
other
the
direction.
one bank. Interesting.
Though he is going to be in range one of the back arc of
Which
the
is
ghost.
going to be a big problem right now. Jeez.
He'll have a shot on
Fen.
on Fen, yeah. He reinforces the back to get that evade.
Fen Rao is coming up.
That's range one.
Yeah, ouch. So, where's Lorik sitting at right now?
Lorik has one whole 6 shields.
So he's fine. He can take that shot from Fen. Will Lorik be able to do enough damage back to Fen? And what is the Lothal going to do? Is it going to try to see what it can do against Lorik with the range one shot with 5? Or is it going to try to get rid of Ezra? Ezra, unfortunately, is going to fire before the ghost.
We'll see what happens here. All right. First shots. This was Fen. That's a hit, eyeball, blank. Eric Zhang using the dreaded white dice. We can see them better now with our current settings, but it's still.
Rolled 1. So it looks like nothing happened. Was that
It's
going to
get a shield because he has the back reinforced,
Oh, he has
not
the
the
back.
front.
That's right. All right. So then, measuring to the ghost. Let's see if Ezra can do something here. Take
Range
a stress
3.
To,
Turns off Maul rerolls.
Ooh,
hit crit.
crits. So one crit's going through, and this could be it.
He doesn't have an evade token, right?
No, he does not. But he gets
this
to
is
roll
huge.
One die. Oh, he did sensor jammer the 1 though.
Okay, so it's a crit.
One crit going through.
Well, no, he still has a die.
Yeah.
Oh! All
All
right.
right, that's gonna be a rough round then.
But he gets
but
to shoot again.
He gets to shoot again.
But then
sensor
jammer.
So. Oh man, that was the lucky natty that he needed to survive that. So here comes Lorik with a hit crit.
Let's reinforce. Oh, sorry, Lorik.
Yeah, that's Lorik.
Did he just kill him? No, he's stressed. Hit crit, some crit that we won't know. So he's down to 1 hull there, and I'll go find out what the crit is.
So now comes the ghost doing its shots. So the question is, who is it attacking? Looks like Eric has about 4 or 5 dice in his hand that he might want to throw at Lorik. He's deciding. Oh, looks like the 4. Oh, hit, and hit. So that's hit, crit. Okay. Focus and reinforce. Lorik only takes about 2 damage. So Lorik actually just has 4 hull left. And here's the crits. That might be the one that says hard maneuver. So is that thrust control? I forget. But we know that Lorik is down to 4 hit points. Whoops. Back up to 4. There we go. Did you see the crit on Lorik? Damage engine. That's the one that all hard maneuvers are red. Am I correct?
That's correct.
All
and
right.
Fen Rao also has damage engine. They both do.
Fen Rao is additionally? Okay.
Yep. Damage engine. And Fen Rao also has damage engine, limiting his maneuver options this turn. I think that hurts Zack more than Fen Rao, though.
Yeah, because Lorik is very, very dependent on his ability to
do the hard turn.
Hard turns. If he doesn't have the ability to do that, then he can't reinforce himself.
Looks like this is end around.
TLTs. So end around TLTs at Ezra. Ezra clears. Doesn't quite clear that second one. Zack Mathews throwing 6 dice, which is very legal.
So Ezra. Do we have Ezra's health wrong?
We might have Ezra's.
Oh, I was changing
Fen Rao.
Fen Rao, that's what it was. Okay. And you are right, Catherine. He did forget to pull the stress off of the ghost
When he hit Lorik,
when he hit
yes.
Lorik.
This is what this does is limits the ghost and where it can be at the moment. Um,
Ezra does get to shoot the ghost before the
he
ghost
does. So, is the ghost gonna try to pull forward to try to see if it can block Ezra, or is Ezra gonna just pull in slow or hard just to try to see, if he can get that nice shot?
I mean, right now, Eric is definitely in the driver's seat. He probably moves the ghost into a blocking position
Mhm.
with, or I mean, he has two hole left. Hmm. It's a tough choice right now.
One person in the chat was asking, is it phantom deployment before Dow's reveal or after executing maneuver? It is
It's
after you execute a maneuver. Am I correct?
mm,
When you deploy, you move, then you deploy.
let's somebody who plays the ghost. Let us know.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I feel like it's before you move.
Now the question is, Fenrir can easily move into position here, and possibly
Move then deploy.
move then deploy.
Move it and poop it.
So this is gonna be a bad spot because Fenrir, if he does what was it? Can or is two's green? Because then he could. Oh man.
All right, here's the one bank from
Mhm.
Lorik. Can't turn because he was stressed that turn, so he's reinforcing the back.
So this puts Fenrir on a perfect position to coordinate.
And he can also just stress Lorik again.
Exactly.
Keep him stuck on banks, which I think is the right move. All right, coordinates the boost. That's going to
Yeah.
be a
So
range one
ooh,
into
this is gonna
Ezra.
be bad for Ezra. That's either gonna be a range one or four TLTs. Fenrir doesn't seem like he has anyone other than Ezra. Or sorry, anyone other than Lorik.
So range two. I'm gonna R3A2.
Oh, the stress. Just to keep him from turning back into the battle.
Yep. So that
This
plus reinforce, no damage.
game is still this game is still close.
I mean, it's is and it's not at the same time.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think if Lorik had not gotten a damage engine, Zack
Yes.
has a win condition that's more attainable.
Yes. Ezra shows that Fenrir
Gets
got
the gunner
nothing.
trigger.
Oh, gunner trigger. Stressed him out even more. Nothing.
And Ghost is going range one into Ezra.
Ooh.
He,
Mauling
he's mauling for four.
four.
That is greed.
That is very greedy. Out of tokens.
He's just trying to get him off the table here. And the Ezra will turn that to a crit. So he's going to be down to
So
three stress instead of
at
four.
worst, he's going to be taking a lot. He got two natties.
Two evades.
So he just takes the two crits. Let's see what we get. Oh,
Nope.
the major explosion did not trigger. It's lucky. That was not
So
terrible.
Ezra cannot go straight and is at one hole. He got
There
a
we
shaken
go.
pilot crit.
Oh, so this is still turning up. Now, Ezra needs to, or Ezra unfortunately has to be the damage dealer here, which puts Ezra is not known for his damage output.
No, he's not.
Unfortunately. So all the Ghost really has to do is evade unless Ezra can get a good crit in, like a double damage. It's going to be really hard for Ezra to do something. Even Fenrir can pull around and also finish off Ezra this turn as well.
Yeah, the biggest issue here is that Lorik is going to take so much time to get into the fight.
Exactly.
He has to do a one bank here. He has no choices.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, in that time, Eric can just whittle away at Ezra. He only has, excuse me, he only has one hole left, so not gonna be that hard to do.
Now, everyone always forgets that at the end of this game is still Zeb.
Yep.
And
Can't
unfortunately,
count him out.
no, because Zeb actually, when I played against Eric Zhang in Swiss, at the end of the at the end he popped out as Zeb with a damage card and an action, and it fired at me when I guess he wasn't supposed to do any of those things.
Yeah, it
So
happens.
it happened. And I spent the rest of the game just running from the Zeb with my Miranda, just because I've known Zebs to actually finish the game. In fact, you did that to me once and finished out the game
Yeah, I
by
did.
popping out your Zeb early, going through debris, rolling a crit,
Yep.
taking a chopper damage, and still doing enough damage to finish me off.
All right, so the Lothal turns out of the fight,
Mm-hmm.
and so does Ezra.
Ezra is trying to face up on Fenrau, possibly. Lowick is definitely out of the match.
Here comes Fen. I think he thinks he's in the Protectorate. He's like, range 1, baby.
So the ghost can't evade this round, but it might be rolling 1 die. So the question is, well, Fenrau is definitely going to try to hit Ezra at range 1 with
Yep.
3. Gets 1. Ezra
Evades
clears.
it.
Ooh, that was close there.
Yeah, it just has to be enough.
Just has to be enough. So does Ezra take out Fen, or does Ezra take out the ghost?
Ezra tries to ghost, I think. You don't really have a choice. You hope you... Oh, he's going range 1 in the Fen.
Okay. Range 1 shot on Fenrau. Oh, that's a
Ooh.
shot you should have taken at the ghost, I think.
I mean, but he wouldn't have had 3 dice.
Oh, man.
Hit, crit. Fen's dead.
Fen is dead. Oh, man. I would have taken that shot at the ghost.
Okay, this is actually quite interesting now. I mean, is Ezra out? Ezra wants to be out. No, he's in.
He's
So
definitely
he's hoping his ability can carry him.
It's a
if-
possibility because there's no rerolls this round. Natties, wow.
Oh,
Jeez,
he's got
this
the
is
natty.
going to be a
It has
big
to happen
issue.
4 times.
Oh my God, this is
So-
amazing.
He hasn't lost any of this stress yet.
No.
End the round. Only Ezra's active. Oh, that's gonna be
that's
3.
it.
He can't avoid that
Can't
one.
avoid that one.
It's still 2. He's just messing around now.
Yeah, he has
So Ezra's off the board. That could have been the thing that swung
really
the game.
bad.
So Ezra's off the board.
Mm-hmm. Now it's Lorik versus a Lothal.
And now with Lorik, even though he has damage engine here, he has 4 hull, reinforce, and expertise. Eric has no way to stress the ghost. Only Zack has to get a shot. He
has to get
wants
a
to do
shot.
2 to 3 damage. Eric's gonna need to make sure that he leverages his evade action to try to make sure he can get the ghost to live a little bit longer. I wouldn't be
Exactly.
surprised if we see Zeb pop out here either.
That would be a possibility. Can Lorik, after his 18 minutes left in the game, can Lorik take out the ghost? I think that Lorik can take out the ghost, especially if it has so much stress on it. It has at least 2. Now, it's not going to be able to shrug all those in the next 2. Probably in 2 turns, we'll be able to. So what's going to happen is that Lorik's probably going to get in position, reinforce, attack, and then probably kill the ghost if it doesn't try to pop out Zeb. Now, will Zeb be able to whittle down a 4 health Lorik?
Well, that's going to be a stress for
Lorik.
Lorik here. Lorik does have, I believe, a 4 forward green.
Exactly.
So
he'll
he
be able to
he
clear
wants
that.
to be in a spot where he can use his forwards and banks in order to leverage Lorik.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be the game right here. We're going to see if Zack has plenty of time.
He does. He's got 17 minutes to basically do 2 damage on the ghost, which
And if he can call a maneuver where he gets into the side arc
exactly
in range 1, that
would be game.
yeah. So Eric most likely, when I've seen him play, he likes to leverage the rocks and use the rocks as protection for that side arc. So there's a 3 straight.
I
to
would do
clear
a
the
little bit.
stress.
I would go a little bit slower because I know that ghost has to be there, and I would just make sure that I am getting the exact. I would set it up just so you get the right spot exactly when you need it, that we could go in and maybe do the shot. You have to make sure though that the ghost doesn't turn in on you and then bump you, because once you're bumped, the game's over. Because then you can just peel around.
All right, so we're waiting here on Eric's decision on an action. The engine upgrade is a wild card for this one. Who won that last game? Tristan won, and that was the PS10, the one that beat you. Okay, so we got Tristan from Canada in the top final table. We'll see here whether this is going to be a Canada off or USA versus Canada.
So, what's Laura going to be doing? Laura could do a myriad of different things going forward. There's no more end of round TLT.
Yeah, there is. Zeb's still in the shuttle. There's no.
Oh no, sorry, not end of round TLT. End of round.
There's no PS11 boost.
There's no PS11 boost anymore. So I would have gone a little bit shorter because now this gives.
All right,
him,
that's range 3 shots.
That's a range 3 shot. Like, is it obstructed? Possibly. I would have gone a little bit slower just because I didn't. You wouldn't want that to be your best shot there, because with 4 damage, with 4 shots coming out from the ghost against Lowick, that puts him in a bad position.
Just one. He does have a die.
Mm-hmm.
That's an evade.
So obstructed shot over at Lowick with reinforce on a die. First shot.
Just one. Reinforce.
Oh, he mauled
Oh,
it.
he mauled it. So he's going to take one.
Mhm.
Lorik does only have 4. If all 4 of these hits, that's going to
so
be
I
the
guess
game.
it's not unobstructed. So Lowick
Reinforce.
survived.
He's going to survive this round.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And the final shot, that's going to hit as well.
Yes, it is.
So Lorik's at 1 hull. Lorik has to kill. Lorik has to kill Zeb right now.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh, you said Zeb.
I said Zeb.
Yeah.
Sorry. Lorik
Zeb
has to
cold
kill
medicine.
the Lothal right now. The words are hard. Did you guys know?
Yeah. We talk pretty now. Me am good speak guy. So what about people listening at home? Who are you cheering for right now?
Don't give the people that option. 2-turn boost.
Ah, there
yeah,
it is.
the block.
There it is, the block. That was a great maneuver. Because I don't know how Zack could actually.
Oh, does it?
Doesn't quite clear. Now that would have been interesting if it cleared and then just kind of got the little corner, but I didn't see how at that angle that could happen.
No, yeah, it's so here the ghost is just gonna disengage.
Mhm.
You go fast, and I don't think Lorik can go fast enough away.
Well, the ghost could just bump into him, and then lower, even if he does like a 5 or something. I mean, if they both, let's say, do a 1, they'd bump each other. Whatever. Option 2 is the ghost bumps, the lower tries to peel out, but then it's in a terrible position.
Right.
Because it wouldn't be able to shoot back. It couldn't. You might be able to get at range 1, and so it wouldn't be able to do that. That would be the best scenario.
Now, Chicago was an All-American final. Thank you, Mr. Dragon, Kane, Carton. This is Michigan. Chicago is still holding strong.
Mm-hmm.
We are a fortress against Canada. I have lots of Canadian friends. It's all a joke. Please don't take it super seriously. Love you.
So the ghost decided to do a 3, jump over.
All right. And probably boosts to the right, I'm guessing.
I think it'd be fine there because that way he has an easy shot on Lowick
But I mean, you have a turret. It's fine. He's gonna go. He's opting for the evade token instead.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
think that's a way better spot because now
all the hard. If you don't, he has
Oh.
damage engine though. He has damage engine. This is gonna give him a
This is-
stress,
yeah.
and his expertise is off.
Oh, because he did hard 2 and he was stressed, they changed it.
What?
Yeah.
No.
So, he thought that Zach was saying that he was trying to go. He should have gone hard 2, but instead he changed it and went hard 2 to the left instead of right. Now that was the deciding move right there.
What? I'm confused with what you're
Zach,
saying.
Zach, the reason why Zach to put down the hard 2 was because he said, "Oh, this was my original idea was to go this way. Instead, I went to the left instead because I
Alright,
thought you were
that's the
gonna do
game.
that." So that's game. That was the deciding factor. If he did the hard 2 there, he would have been able to line up a shot and maybe do something.
All right. Well, our final is going to be a all Canada final. Eric Zhang versus Tristan. Tristan.
My only 2 losses.
And
Marcel was saying-
Marcel is noting that these two gentlemen are his only 2 losses during the tournament. So we'll be back with the final in a few minutes. I'm sure they're going to give him a short break, and we'll be back. I'm going to put on the screen here about 4. We'll call it 4:45. We'll
Thanks for
see.
listening. Keep tuned in.
Yep. We'll see you in a bit.